Hello, everybody.
Welcome to
Welcome to
my
my
channel.
channel.
And
And
today
today
we
we
are
are
going
going
to
to
learn
learn
about
about
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
and
and
how
how
we
we
can
can
integrate
integrate
the HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
with
with
an
an
application.
application.
And for
And for
example,
example,
we
we
are
are
going
going
to
to
see
see
today
today
that
that
how
how
we are
we are
going to
going to
integrate
integrate
the
the
Vault
Vault
and
and
a
a
Spring-based framework
framework
called
called
Spring
Spring
Boot.
Boot,
We
how we
can
can
integrate
integrate
that.
that.
So
So
first of
first
all,
of all,
let's
let's
discuss
discuss
about
about
a
a
bit
bit
about
about
what
what
is a
is a
Vault
vault
actually.
actually.
So,
So,
as
as it
the
the
name
name
suggests,
suggests,
the
the
vault
vault
is
is
a
a
very
very
safe
safe
place
place
where
where
we
we
can
can
keep
keep
our
our
secrets.
secrets.
And
And
when I
when I
say
say
our
our
secret,
secret,
it
it
means
means
the
the
application
application
secrets. So,
secrets. So
secrets
secrets
like
like
API
API
keys,
keys,
database
database
credentials,
credentials,
or any
any
kind of
kind of
secret
secret
that
that
you
you
don't
don't
want to
want to
expose
expose
to
to
any
any
other
other
client
client
or
or
any
any
other
other
users
users
who
who
is
is
not
not
supposed
supposed
to
to
look
look
into
into
that
that
information.
information.
That
That
information
information you
can
can
store
store
into the
into the
vault,
vault,
and
and
vault
vault
provides
provides
different
different
types of
types of
authentication and
authentication and
authorization
authorization
mechanisms.
mechanisms.
Based on
Based on
that, you
that, you
can
can
securely
securely
authenticate a
authenticate a
particular
particular
user.
user.
And
And once
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 authentication
authentication
is
is
successful,
successful,
then
then
when
when
the
the
application
application
is
is
starting to
starting to
boot
boot
or
or
starting to
starting to
run on
run
the
on the
server, it
server, it
pulls
pulls
up
up
all the
all the
configuration
configuration
from the
from the
vault,
vault,
specifically and
specifically and
especially
especially
the
the
secrets
secrets
or
or
the
the
credentials,
credentials,
and
and
it's
it's
spawn up
spawn up
the
the
application.
application.
So
So
nowadays,
nowadays,
every
every
enterprises
enterprises
follows
follows
this
this
as a
as a
standard
standard
that
that
whenever
whenever
we
we
are
are
in any
any
production
production
environment,
environment,
that
that
we
we
cannot
cannot
just
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 keep
keep
the
the
credentials or
credentials or
application
application
properties,
properties,
database
database
properties,
properties,
API
API
keys,
keys,
any
any
user
user
ID,
ID,
passwords,
passwords,
anything
anything
which is
which is
sensitive
sensitive
information.
information,
We
we
cannot
cannot
just
just
store
store
into
into
our
our
configuration
configuration
files
files
and
and
just
just
access it.
access it.
That
That
would
would
be
be
a
a
security
security
violation,
violation,
and
and
company
company
may
may
have
have
to
to
have
have
some
some
penalties
penalties
if
if
that is
that is
caught.
caught.
So
So
it's
it's
better to
better to
use
use
Vault, and
Vault, and
that's
that's
why the
why the
Vault
Vault
is
is
designed
designed
for.
for.
Um,
Uh,
so
so
let's
let's
get
get
started.
started.
First of
First of
all,
all, in
in this
this
tutorial,
tutorial,
we are
we are
going
going
to
to
see
see
how we
how
can
we can
integrate
integrate
the
the
Vault
Vault
with
with
the
the
very
very
popular framework
framework
called
called
Spring
Spring
Boot.
Boot.
First, we are
First, we are
going
going
to
to
uh,
set
set up
up
our
our
environment,
environment,
local
local
environment,
environment,
and
and
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
configure the
configure the
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
first
first
locally,
locally,
and then
and
we
then
will
we will
see how
see
we
how
can
we can
integrate
integrate
with
with
the
the
Spring Boot
Spring Boot
application.
application.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
let's
hop into
hop
it.
into it.
First,
First,
go
go
to
to
the
the
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
documentation page.
documentation page.
From
From
there, we
there, we
can
can
download
download
a
a
very
very
community
community
version
version
of the
of the
Vault
Vault
just to
just to
test
test
out
out
the
the
flavor
flavor
of
of
the
the
Vault
Vault
and
and
test out
test
some
out some
POCs.
POCs.
So I'm
So
going
I'm
to
going to
try
try
that one
that one
only.
only.
And
And
you
you
just
just
click
click
on
on
the
the
first
first
link.
link.
On
On
here, you
here,
will
you will
be
be
seeing a
seeing a
lot of
lot of
options
options
for
for
different
different
operating
operating
systems.
systems.
And
And
since my
since my
machine
machine
is
is
a
a
Windows based
Windows-based
machine,
machine,
um,
uh,
I
I
will
will
select
select
the
the
Windows
Windows
one,
one,
and
and
I'm
I'm
going to
going to
select
select
the
the
binary
binary
one. Let
one.
me
Let
know
me
if
know
you
if you
would
would
like to
like
know
to know
about how
about
we
how
can
we can
configure
configure
that
that
um,
uh,
vault
vault
into
into
other
other
for
for
other
other
operating
operating
systems like
systems like
Mac
Mac
or
or
suppose
suppose
Linux.
Linux.
Let me
Let
know.
me
I
know. I
will
will
add
add
that.
that.
I will
I'll
update
update
that
that
the
the
steps
steps
into
into
the
the
video
video
or
or
in the
in the
descriptions.
descriptions.
Otherwise, you
Otherwise,
can
you can
follow
follow
this
this
link
link
with the
with the
link I
link
will
I will
give
give
in
in
the
the
YouTube
YouTube
description, video
video
descriptions as
descriptions
well.
as well.
Um,
Uh,
but for
but
the
for the
Windows,
Windows, we can
directly
directly
download it
download it
from
from
here.
here.
So
So
it is
please
getting
getting
downloaded.
downloaded, and
I may
may
to
to
fast
fast
forward it a
forward it
bit.
a bit.
where it
Where
is
it's
downloaded.
downloaded.
Let's
Let's
open the
open the
file.
file.
It
It
is
is
in
in
the
the
downloaded.
downloaded.
I'm
I'm
just
just
going
going
to
to
extract
extract
it,
it,
just
just
keeping it
keeping
in
it
the
into the
download
download
folders
folders
only. You
only. You
can
can
keep
keep it
in
in
your
your
save
safe
location
location
wherever
wherever
you
you
want.
want.
And
And
I'm
I'm
just
just
going
going
to
to
rename
rename
the
the
file
file
just
just
to
to make it
sure.
shorter.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Now,
getting
getting
into the
into the
file,
file,
there
there
is
is
an
an
exe
exe
file
file
present.
present.
What
What
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
do,
do,
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
send the
send the
command
command
prompt
prompt
on
on
this
this
location
location
where
where
that
that
particular
particular
exe
exe
file
file
is
is
present.
present.
And
And
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
uh,
uh,
start
start
the
the
Vault
Vault
server.
server.
The
The
command
command
to
to
start
start
the
the
one
one
instance of
instance
a
of a
Vault
Vault
server
server
is
is
Vault
Vault
server
server.
dev.
Dev.
So
So I'm
I'm
putting
putting
an
an option
option
as
as
dev
dev
so
so
that
that
it
it
will
will
instance
instance
a
a
dev
dev
version
version
of the
of the
server.
server.
So
So
please
please
enter,
enter,
and it
and it
might
might
take
take
some
some
time
time
to
to
pop up,
pop up,
but it
but
will
it will
start.
start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as you
as you
can
can
see,
see,
you
you
should
should
be
be
seeing
seeing
output
output
like
like
this in
this
the
in the
logs,
logs,
and
and
you
you
should be
should be
able to
able to
see
see
two
two
keys
keys
actually.
actually.
One
One
is
is
an
an
unsealed
unsealed
key,
key,
and
and
another one
another
is
one
a
is a
root
root
token.
token.
So
So
we
we
should
should
copy
copy
and
and
paste
paste
these
these
two
two
values
values
into a
into a
notepad
notepad
just
just
for our
for our
visual
future
references.
references.
And
And
as you
as you
can
can
see,
see,
this is
this
a
is a
development
development
mode
mode
only.
only. Please,
This
this
is
is
not at
not
all
at all
recommended
recommended
for the
for the
production
production
user.
user.
For the
For the
production
production
one,
one,
there are
there are
other
other
configurations
configurations
and
and
much
much
more
more
detailed
detailed
configuration
configuration
with
with
much more
much more
security
security
enhancements will
enhancements will
be
be
required.
required.
But for
For
the
the
integration and
integration
for the
and for the
playing
playing
around,
around, this
this
instance
instance of
of
Vault
fault
is
is
enough.
enough.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
Now
let's
let's
see
see
how
how
it is
it is
working.
working.
Uh, if we
If you
want to
want to
log
log
into the
into the
Vault,
vault,
just
just
open
open
any
any
browser.
browser.
And as
And
you
as you
can
can
see,
see,
from the
from the
output
output
itself,
itself,
it's
it is
saying
saying
that the
that the
vault
vault
address
address
is
is
127
127
HTTP
HTTP
colon
colon
double
double
slash
slash 127.0.0.0.1,
127.0.0.1, which
which
is
is an
default
default
IP
IP
for the
for the
local
local
host,
host,
and
and
it
it
is
is
running
running
into
into
8200
8200
port.
port.
So
So
let's
let's
try
try
to
to
type
type
in
in
127
127
dot
dot
0 dot
dot
0 dot 1
1
colon
colon
8200.
820.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
If
can
you
see,
can see,
this is
this is
the
the
login
login
page
page
of the
of the
Vault
Vault
server,
server,
which is
which is
currently
currently
running
running
locally.
locally.
And
And
if you
if
can
you
see,
can see,
there are
there are
multiple
multiple
methods
methods
of the
of the
authentication
authentication
are
are
present.
present.
GitHub,
GitHub,
username,
username,
and LDAP,
LDAP,
but
but
we're
we're
not
not
going
going
to
to
uh,
um,
discuss
discuss
more
more
on
on
the
the
authentication
authentication
method
method
which
which
are
are
being
being
available
available or
or given
given
by
by
the
the
Vault
Vault
itself.
itself.
But
But
for
for
this,
this, I may need to, I will
try to
try to
put
put
up a
up a
separate
separate
video
video
for
for
that
that,
specifically
specifically
just
just
to
to
uh, enable the
enable the
different
different
types of
types
the
of the
methods,
methods,
authentication
authentication
methods.
methods.
But for
But for
this
this
video,
video,
we
we
are
are
going
going
to
to
strictly
strictly
follow
follow
the
the
token-based
token-based
authentication.
authentication.
And
And
if you
if you
go,
go,
if you
if you
can
can
remember
remember
that we
that
have
we have
already
already
saved
saved
two
two
kind of
kind of
credentials, which
credentials,
is
which
an
is an
unsealed
unsealed
key,
key,
which is
which is
mainly
mainly
required as
required
of
as of
now,
now,
and
and
another
another
one
one
is a
is the
root
root
token.
token.
This is
This
the
is the
token
token
that
that
we are
we are
going
going
to
to
use
use
to
to
access
access
the
the
vault.
vault.
Okay,
Okay?
so
So
this
this
said,
said,
do not
do not
access the
access the
token.
token.
We
We
should
should
copy
copy
that
that
token
token
and
and
give
give
that
that
token
token
over
over
here
here
and
and
enter.
enter.
You can
You
see
can see
this is
this is
the
the
dashboard
dashboard
of
of the vault, the version is 1.15.5. There is no vault written as well. By default, there are two secret engines are present. One is the chubby hole and the secret. We are going to use the secret only. So this is the secret. If you go into the secret, there is nothing has been created as of now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create uh one secret like uh secret. A secret is you can say a kind of a collection of the properties, and it's kind of a folder into the vault where you can, for a specific application or for a specific path, you can create a set of properties over here which will be encrypted and secured. So for this one, I'm going to create a path as HashiCorp Vault demo, and I'm going to add two secrets or two attributes in here to sit as a secret data, which will be supposedly like database username and the password. So I would spring vault dot demo dot d dot user name, and I would put username as root, and similarly I'm going to use create another data as password. Remember, this values which I'm giving over here is totally encrypted and totally secure. Okay, so I can make the password as password only, just for the playing it around, just to check it out. So what do we have? We have a secret called HashiCorp Vault demo, and we have added two secrets data. One is the username, database username, and we have kept the key name spring.value.demo.p.username, and same goes for the password as well. And we're going to add, and we're going to save. So if you can see, one secret has been created into the vault, and you can see some metadata information over here, how and when it is created. The paths are given over here, like V1, secret data, and HashiCorp demo, and command line path that we don't need to know about as of now. Every version that whenever for a secret, whenever we try to update or modify any secret or any data into the secret, it will create of uh, another version of that particular secret. So let's try it out. Like, mm, if I just want to make change the password of that particular secret, so I would try to create a new version, and here I would try to suppose that not password. I will say the password should be something like independent one. So again, this is not an actual password, or I'm going to get anything probably with that. Don't try it. Uh, so this is a dummy password that I've just updated over here, and if I just hit save, then see over here that it will go to the version and it will automatically update it to the version 2. So whenever you are updating, you'll update the vault. It will is it any value into the vault or into the secret. It is going to create another version of it. So far as of now, this is the enough to kind of play around with the vault. So what do we have right now? So we have the vault instance running locally. We have been able to log in into the vault using the vault key. we have created a secret for us to play with, and we have added some data which is secured inside the secret, and we have updated one of the attribute or the values of this of the secret, and it has created a new version. Okay. So we have the vault over here. Now let's see how we can integrate the vault with the our new with the Spring Boot application. So now to do that, let's just jump into let's create a Spring Boot project first. So for that, I'm going to use the Spring Initializer, and I'm going to select the Maven as a build as a builder, and the Spring Boot version is good. I'm going to change the group name HashiCorp Vault, and I'm going to name the application as what we have created with the Vault HashiCorp Vault demo. If we're going to use Java 17, and we're going to choose packaging type as jar. Now add the dependencies. I'm going to need the dependencies of course, the web dependency. We're going to use the Lombok. We don't have to write much of code doing. Dev tools so that we don't need to start and stop every time we make any changes into the file or into the project. And the most importantly, the vault dependency. Okay. So the Vault is a Spring Cloud project, okay, which is given by the Spring Boot, which will be injected into the Spring Boot whenever you boot up the application. Okay. So we have what we need. Let's just generate the project. Okay. So we have the project created, and what we are going to do, we are going to extract everything. We have it, and let's open it inside IntelliJ. So I'm going to use IntelliJ for the development. Let me know if you what kind of in the comment box what kind of IDEs that you guys are following. So I'm going to open the project over here. Okay, we can trust the project and this window only. Okay. So this might take time to build everything and download all the dependencies since it's a Maven project. So this is the application file, and I'm going to start the application just to check whether everything is working or not. It should start. You can see that application have started over here on the port 8080. But we haven't done anything, any configuration with the vault as of now. For that, we need to add some properties inside the application properties. I do have handy the properties over here. Let's copy them out and put it over here. So there are a couple of things to notice uh, that the Spring application name, whatever we're given, and the path name should be a same so that it can track the path over path of the vault. Mm, so the application name over here should be this only, and the vault key should be given through which the authentication will take in place. Mm, so this is the vault that we have used. This is the vault token. Spring Cloud Vault scheme. So as of now, we are going to, as you can see, we are accessing the vault using the HTTP only because not HTTPS because we do not we're not using HTTPS or any SSL certificate as of now. So the scheme should be HTTP and Spring config import that is by default given as vault double slash. You need to enable the vault by making this property as true, and you can make the login level as info only. If you want, you can debug or see how it connects with the vault, you can enable the debug also. But for now, I'm keeping it as a info only. Okay? This is good. And but how we can check that the vault is getting corrected and how it's printing. So if I can add a class which is config, and we can add two parameters, private string db user name and private string db password. Those are the two properties that we have added over here, right? So to access that, we can use at value annotation. This is a annotation that we generally use to access the application properties, values, application property keys, and values. Same way, we can access the vault values as well, or the secret data as well, on this as the same manner. Okay, so we are going to do is to go over there, I'm going to just copy and paste keys over here. So this is a key for the username, and this is the username for password. And we need to print that out. When what we want to print the username and password into the logs whenever it's booting up. So for that, we need to enable that instead of share from Lombok dependency so that we can have logs to connect with the service and just writing a method like public display and annotate that with force. construct annotation. By default, it means that the whenever a particular, since we are annotating that with survey, it will create a bean of the vault config, and once that bean is created successfully, it will call that construction is done. After construction, it will call the particular base plane method. And at that point of time, we will be having these two values accessed or extracted from the vault itself, and we can print it out by using the log as an info. We can print it out like db username as db username, and we can print out the password as well. Okay. Now, let's try to rerun the application so that we get to know whether the values are coming in from the vault or not. You can see over here, we'll be seeing that these two values are populated with as DB username as root and the password as independent at 1234. Let's go back to the vault itself, and if you can see, these two values are truly coming from the vault itself. So this is the way that we can kind of integrate with the vault itself. But there are other couple of things that we can do over here as well. Suppose that you want to access a particular set of properties from the from the same secret based on a pattern itself. So how we can do that? We can do over here. We can suppose that we can add some application properties as well, like app.config dot param1, and this is supposed to be like param1 only, and another property like app config dot param2. Suppose that these are two parameters which will be application based uh, parameters to be required, and I just want to extract only these two properties only based on only the patterns only. So for that, I'm going to add a new uh, class like app config. So we can annotate that with a property called config uh, configuration properties, and we can give the initial pattern over here, which is the app config. Okay. And for that, we need to enable the configuration properties over here as well. Configure properties, and we need to give the app config class configuration points over here as well. Now, if you can see, now if we just uh, add the parameter attributes like private, um, param1, and param2. Configure that at getter as setter lombok, and you need to expose that as a service also. Annotate that with as service. And from here we can what we can do, we can just take help of command line runner just to print the value of the properties. Method, and here what we can do, uh, this report here as well, and we can dock it out. Info, and we also need to auto config as well to while, and we can access the entities with the app config. Suppose we are accessing this parameter one, we can use up app config dot get param one. And same way, we can use parameter two as well, app config get param two. So let's see. Let's restart the application. Now, if you can see, these are the parameters that we are fetching it from the vault itself based on the parameters. So if you go to the config over here, the vault Spring Boot will integrate with the vault, and the vault will know that the initial base path of the properties that the application wants to extract is the app.config only, and after that, what the values are given, that will be kind of auto-populated or set by the vault itself and extracted by the Spring Boot itself and populated to these parameters also, if but provided the parameter name should be same only. Whatever the you are giving it over here, it should be same given into the vault as well. So this is the types of vaults, two types of methods that we have seen, that how we can extract the vault. Of course, you can extract the parameters from here as well. Suppose that uh, if I want to extract the parameter first inside, I mean, extract the parameter by giving a property name to itself. Suppose that app config dot param1 inside app dot app from app dot param1. I can access the parameter, the entire parameter, like the standard way as well. If I extract the parameter one from here, I can do that as well. And if I want to just print it anywhere, I can do inside the application property system. String one. Let me add. value.
uh,
Uh,
I
I
can
can
take
take
it
it
from
from
directly
directly
the
the
from the
from the
application
application
itself,
itself, and
again,
again, and
we
we
can
can
print
print
the
the so
param
param
one
one
from
from
app
app
itself,
itself
like to
to
print
print
it as
this
param
param
one.
one.
Let's
Let's
restart
restart
the
the
application.
application.
Yeah, you
You
can
can
see
see
by
by
this way
this way
also we
also we
can
can
extract the
extract the
parameter.
parameter.
So
So
either of
either
the
of the
three
three
ways
ways
that
that
you
you
would
would
like
like
to
to
access
access
the
the
vault, you
vault, you
can
can
do
do
that,
that,
and you
and you
can
can
extract
extract
the
the
values or
values or
the
the
secrets
secrets
values
values
from the
from the
vault
vault
itself.
itself.
Now,
Now,
another
another
thing
thing
that
that
we
we
should
should
be
be
looking
looking
in
in
this
this
context
context
is the
is the
profiling.
profiling.
So the
So the
profiling
profiling
means
means
that
that
application
application
properties,
properties,
which
which
is
is
can
can
be
be
kind of
kind of
uh,
uh,
valuable.
valuable.
I
I
would
would
say
say
applicable
applicable
for
for
the
the
dev
dev
environment,
environment,
which
which
might
might
not be
not be
applicable
applicable
for
for
the
uh,
other
other
environments
environments
like
like
QA,
QA,
SIT,
SIT,
production.
production.
So
So
the
the
database
database
instances
instances
will
will
be
be
different.
different, and
The
the
credentials will
credentials will
differ
differ
based on
based
the
on the
environment
environment
that
that
you are
you are
using.
using.
So
So
in
in
order to
order to
keep the
keep the
configurations
configurations
for
for each for the
each and
each and
every
every
environment,
environment,
we do
we
the
do the
profiling. We
profiling. We
set the
set the
profiling
profiling
into
into
the
the
in
in
the
the
application
applications
inside the
inside the
application.
application.
So
So
that
that
very
very
easily we
easily we
can do
can do
that
that
using
using
the
the
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault.
Vault.
So what
So
do we
what do
need
we
to
need to
do
do
over
over
here
here
for
for
that
that
to
to
enable
enable
that?
that?
Just
Just
to
to
this is
this is
the
the
secret,
secret,
and
and
we
we
can
can
create
create
multiple
multiple
profile
profile
paths
paths
for
for
those
those
properties
properties
over
over
here
here
as well.
as well.
So
So
let's try
let's
it
try it
out.
out.
So
So
what we
what
can
we can
do,
do is
just
just
copy
copy
paste
paste
it.
it,
Okay, and
and
what
what
we are
we are
going to
going
do,
to do,
we are
we are
going
going
to
to
create a
create a
new
new
secret.
secret. Okay, we just
Just secret,
secret,
and
and
what we are
what we are
going to
going to
do,
do,
we are
we are
going
going
to
to
keep
keep
those
those
secrets
secrets
configurations of the
configurations of the
JSON
JSON
somewhere
somewhere
inside the
inside the
notepad,
notepad,
and we
and
are
we are
going
going
to
to
create
create
another
another
secret.
secret.
But
But
that
that
should
should
comprise the
comprise the
application
application
name,
name,
and
and
after
after
the
the
application
application
name,
name,
you
you
kind of
kind of
give a
give
path
path
to
to
for a
for a
particular
particular
environment.
environment.
Suppose
Suppose
like
like
for
for
that
that
I am
I am
using
using
that
that
particular
particular
configuration
configuration
for the
for the
QA
QA
pattern
pattern
only,
later.
and I
And
will
I will
create
create
the
the
particular
particular
path
path
only
only
and
and
secret
secret
data,
data,
no
no
data
data
provided.
provided.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. What
What
I'm
I'm
going to
going
do,
to
I'm
do,
going
I'm
to
going to
add
add
some
some
data
data
for
for
now
now
because I'm
because
going
I'm
to
going
add
to
the
add the
same
same
properties
properties
over
over
here,
here
but
but
there
there
as well,
as
and
well.
now
And
I'm
now I'm
going
going
to
to
kind
kind
of
of
update it,
update it,
create a
create a
new
new
version of
version
it,
of it,
and
and
enable
enable the
JSON
JSON
and
and
update it fully
complete
with
with
the
the
same
same
properties
properties
as
as
the
the
dev
dev
one or
one
the
or
default
default
one,
one.
and I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
update
update
them
them
the
the
uh,
uh,
credentials
credentials
or
or
the
the
sensitive
sensitive
information
information
based on
based
the
on the
QA.
QA.
So
So
I would
I
make
would
it
make
a
it a
QA
QA
param
param
just to
just to
identify
identify
the
the
profiling
profiling
and
and
independent
dependent
QA
QA
independent
independent
and
and
QA
QA
root.
root.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
sorry,
sorry,
and
and
save it
save it
out.
out.
Now,
Now,
so we
so
have
we have
two
two
set of
set of
properties for
properties
it.
for it.
One is
One
the
is the
default
default
one,
one,
default one
default one
for the
for the
this is
this
for
is
the
for the
dev.
dev,
Then
and
another one
another
is
one
the
is the
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
demo,
demo,
and
and
inside that
inside
there
that
is
there
a
is a
different
different
profiles for
profiles for
different
different
profiles. We
profiles.
can
We can
create
create
multiple
multiple
secret
secret
folders.
folders.
Supposedly
Supposedly,
for
for
this
this
one,
one,
we
we
can
can
create
create I have created QA.
Now,
Now,
if we
if we
want
want
to
to
access
access
that,
that, so
let's
let's
see
see.
that, and we
And we
need
need
to
to
kind
kind
of
of
run it,
run it.
and we
And we
need
need
to
to
enable the
enable the
profiling
profiling
into
into
the
the
Spring
Spring
Boot
Boot
as
as
well.
well.
So
So
we
we
can
can
give
give
Spring
Spring
dot
dot
profiles dot active
profiles.active
as
as
QA.
QA.
Okay. Now,
Now,
if
if
we
we
let's
let's
see,
see,
let's
let's
try to
try to
restart the
restart the
server,
server
and
and
let's
let's
see
see
what are
what
the
the
values are
values are
coming,
coming,
which secrets, which
which
environment
environment
specific
specific
secret
secret
that
that
it
it
is
is
pulling
pulling
up
up
from the
from the
vault.
wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
You can
see
see
that
that
go to
go to
these
these
values
values
is
is
automatically
automatically
kind of
kind of
recognizing
recognizing
based
based
on the
on the
activated
activated
profile
profile
itself,
itself,
or
or
the
the
environment that
environment
you
that
are
you are
giving,
giving,
which
which
is
is
QA
QA
in
in
this
this
case.
case.
It
It
is
is
identifying
identifying
that
that
particular
particular
environment
environment
based on
based
the
on the
QA, and
QA,
it
and it
is
is
kind
kind
of
of
extracting the
extracting the
property
property
from
from
there
there
only.
only.
The
The
same
same
way,
way,
you
you
can
can
create
create
multiple
multiple
profiles
profiles
separately
separately
for
for
your
your
different
different
application
application
environments,
environments,
one
one
for
for
dev,
dev,
QA,
QA,
SIT,
SIT,
pre-production,
pre-production,
production.
production.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
this
this
is
is
it,
it,
and
and
this is
this is
how we
how
can
we can
integrate
integrate
with
with
the
the
HashiCorp
HashiCorp
Vault
Vault
with the
with the
Spring Boot
Spring Boot
application.
application.
Let me
Let me
know
know
whether you
whether
have
you have
liked
liked
this
this
video
video
or
or
this
this
tutorial or
tutorial or
not.
not.
Let me know
Let
in
me
the
know in the
comment
comment
section.
section.
I would
I would
like to
like to
add,
add,
if you
if
have
you
any
have any
suggestion or
suggestion or
anything, I would
anything, I
like
would
to
like
hear
to
them.
hear
I would
them.
like
I like
to
to
keep
keep
updating
updating
on the
on the
videos and
videos and
everything,
everything
and
and
make it
make it
much more
much more
useful
useful
for
for
you
you
as well.
as well.
And till
And till
then,
then,
goodbye
goodbye
and
and
thank you.
thank you.